I should be writing number 453. NaNoWriMo, day 6. Using the correct microphone this time.
But I've only got 50,000 words to go before the end of NaNoWriMo. I thought that it'd be easy, but it's not. Yeah, I've only got 50,000 words to go before the end of NaNoWriMo. I've got everything I need except for that.
Hi there, welcome to I Should Be Writing, the podcast for wannabe fiction writers. I'm your host, Merlin Man, and first I want to apologize. I'm apparently a podcasting professional, and yet I did not realize that my recording software yesterday decided, hey, I want to change my default microphone. And because I never have to touch my recording setup, because it's exactly how I like it, I didn't check until I listened to it and thought, oh crap, I just did a whole episode with the wrong mic. So that's why it sounded a little tinny yesterday, and I'm sorry. I did check today. Dang it. And I was going to do an episode on sleep, because that's almost like the biggest self-care that we can do. We all know the studies. We all know about how if you constantly get like 6 or fewer hours of sleep a night, it's your cognitive abilities are like if you're drunk or something drastic like that. Maybe it's if you stay up all night. Anyway, if you only get 6 hours of sleep or less a night, it's not good for you. And it affects everything else in your life. And you don't want to hear it because you feel like somebody's telling you you're a toddler when they say, maybe you just need to get a snack or a nap and then you'll feel better. But honestly, sometimes all you need is a snack or a nap and then you do feel better. There is a reason why that works on toddlers. We like to think that maybe we are adults and can recognize such needs, and toddlers can't. But just thinking about some adults I know, no, we're not there. But I know you guys all know this. You know, it's kind of like eat more vegetables. You know that. I want to expand it a little bit and think about, because I know you guys are already forming the excuses in your mind why you can't. Excuse number one is probably, wait a minute, you want me to write 1,600 words a day this month, and you want me to get proper sleep? It's either or, come on. And I get your reluctance. Other things are, I can't go to bed until this time because X, Y, and Z, or I can't get up until this time because X, Y, and Z, and every person's going to have a different story. The thing is, it comes to be prioritizing. Merlin Man had a description of time, of organizing your time. It's a little crude, but it's, you don't schedule in time to brush your teeth and you don't schedule in time to masturbate. Because these are things that you either do all the time or you do it when you want to do it and you make time. Like there's always time in the morning and evening to brush your teeth because it's just there because that's what you do. Other things, I'll exchange computer games just for the tender-hearted out there. You don't make time for it, you just do it. But when it comes to things that are good for us, may not always have a short-term gratification dopamine hit, we think, oh, well, I need to schedule that in. And you probably do, because you're not going to think to do it because it's not awesome. But I think trying to find the time to prioritize sleep. Do some reading. Do some reading on the effects of cat naps in the middle of the afternoon. And I know a lot of people work during the day. Maybe I'm talking weekends. Maybe I'm talking when you get home from work. See how it fits into your schedule. But sleep is so important. And it's kind of sad how we don't acknowledge that. We almost pride ourselves, at least in the United States, we pride ourselves in not getting enough sleep. We pride ourselves in how busy we are. And if we're not super busy all the time, we think, what's wrong with us? There's clearly something we should do. We should fill that time with something. And I know the name of this podcast is I Should Be Writing, and I'm aware of the irony there. But what I'm talking about this month is self-care while you do this big thing. And sometimes self-care might mean, if you have to choose between writing and sleep, maybe get the sleep this time. Maybe tomorrow night choose the writing. But don't sacrifice sleep all the time. Your words will suffer if you do sacrifice sleep. Trust me, I know. What's funny about Merlin Man is that he created this whole 43 folders thing, and he had a really successful podcast early on, and he wrote a book and stuff, or he was going to write a book, and then he just kind of had a breakdown because his whole big organizing thing kind of didn't work for him, and things fell apart, and I don't know if he ever wrote that book. It was kind of sad listening to that podcast. Kind of when you look into the super organized person's closet and find it a complete shambles. But I still think the point about the things you don't schedule are very important. Because there are some things that's so important to us that we'll do it. Either we do it all the time and we don't have to schedule it, or it's important enough to us that when there's a moment, we'll take it. And therefore it doesn't need to be scheduled. And think about those moments, and think about maybe putting some self-care or some writing in there, depending on how you're feeling. And if you do the self-care, once you're done, see if there's time for the writing. Who knows? But really, so many people... Actually, I don't get as many emails about this, but the ones I do get just really stand out about the people who want to write, but they don't have the time because they're giving all of their time to other people, to the well-being of other people, or the care of other people. And that also leads to awfulness and burnout, and that doesn't help anybody. So to the new parents out there, to the people with special needs, children, parents, siblings, to the people with overbearing significant others, your needs are important too. Just remember that. And I'm really glad I'm talking about self-care this month because I'm still kind of struggling. I'm feeling like I can do one thing and I can focus on it really well, and then I'm done for the rest of the day. Yesterday, that was writing, which is great. I got my writing done. Awesome. But today I recorded with Matt, and then I cleaned the house. And then by the time that was done, I was so exhausted. And now it's like 7 o'clock, and I've still got writing to do. So it's been a rougher day. I think for me, acknowledging that the whole black dog of depression thing is kind of looming on the horizon is helping me. That acknowledgement is making me more mindful when doing things. So I'm trying to take better care of myself too. Trust me. It is day 6, which means at the end of the day, you should have about 10,000 words. I currently am at 9,100, so I still have a ways to go. Only 40,000 left. But if this is your first time listening to I Should Be Writing, you can find more about me at merverse.com. And if you want to email me, that's mightymur@gmail.com. I hope your NaNoWriMo is going well. If you're behind, don't give up. Because even if you still don't hit 50,000 words, if you keep going, you will probably write more this month than you would have otherwise. And I'll see you tomorrow, because you should be writing. You can support the podcast and get a full 30 days of NaNoWriMo goodness at patreon.com/mightymur. Music by John Anelio. johnanelio.bandcamp.com. Used with permission. Thanks, John.
My plot is dry, but at least I'm getting some time to myself.